Hey guys, it's Raven Scry. Yesterday's response to my chat video at the ocean just really warmed my heart, and listening to or getting a sense of so many of you in the community and the different things that you choose to do in this life. It's very exciting and very interesting to me, and so nice to get a sense of who's in the community. I wanted to touch in and read through a few of the comments. Sometimes typing messages really is not something that flows for me. So often I'll give quite a short response because it doesn't kind of get a good flow going on. So today I thought I'd just read out some of the comments and give answers or response of whatever comes to mind. So looking through these comments, there's just so many different things that you guys do. Michael Cousins Jr., Sigil artist, graphic designer, awesome. Haroon Rashid, crypto readings are great. How to contact you? Haroon, you can contact me by going to the About page and emailing me from there for a reading. Okay, Sergio Tomas. To answer your question, I'm a software designer. In my spare time, because I have a full-time IT job, recently started developing an app like Patreon that uses the Theta blockchain. I want to create something that helps content creators more than Patreon does. Wow, sounds great. I'd certainly like to know a bit more about that. I'm not getting great reviews about Patreon at the moment. So many people are leaving, so I'm like, I'm not too sure about it. But what you're working on sounds really interesting. Thanks for your comment. And we have Militan. Some of these pronunciations I may not get right, so forgive me if I don't. I'm a video editor, so not creative. Well, I don't know about not creative, that comment. Because essentially video editing is very creative. It has a lot of skill and there's a lot of rhythm involved in being able to edit well for a viewer. So I'm going to leave it there, but I want to say that you're definitely creative. SD wrote, I write articles about health, wellness and financial concepts for a major financial institution. That's one side of my life. My passion is singing and offering up some kick-ass energy healing sessions to people. Woohoo! Love those. Love the sound of that. I'm okay with my financial job. It allows me to sprinkle the magic to thousands. I like to sprinkle the magic. It gives me a good visual. Healing, singing is beautiful, right up my alley, and just what the world needs right now. So great work. Keep going, keep expanding. That's epic. I love it. Living on a prayer. Keep it fun. Yes. Are you referring to me speaking about the crypto, keeping it fun, or just generally? I think, yeah, I agree, keeping it fun, not too serious. Often I've gotten too serious in my world and in my life, but the more we play, the more the journey is enjoyable. We have Sandeep saying thank you, Sandeep. We have Christy. I have to say that I'm not an artist in the classical sense of the word. In fact, even when I'm looking at a pic, I still can't draw more than a stick figure. One of my drawings from Pictionary was so horrible, my daughter and I still laugh about it. She posted it online and it went viral. I can certainly relate to that. I've been involved in some Pictionary games with hideous drawing taking place, and it's so much about the connection between the players. Sometimes people are just on it whether the drawing's good or not, and other times not, but I think it's just more of the connection there, which is interesting. But yeah, not creative. I'm sure you are creative, but perhaps just not in Pictionary, Christy. Thank you. This was beautiful, says Jacob Benson. Thanks, Jacob. Linda Tigner. I'm a retired postal carrier in Florida. I have a furniture flipping business and an Airbnb. Nice. I enjoy your water pics. The water here is amazing also. Whereabouts are you, Linda? Crypto is up and down. I'm not a day trader. So your insights are helpful. Thank you. I like Lunk, SHIB, BNB Tiger, ETN, XRP. I was in the Chicago airport recently walking past the currency exchange booth. I had a strong urge to go back and buy foreign currency as a future investment. It's interesting that you say that because somebody recently approached me about another currency. I think it's the Vietnamese currency, the dong, and they're saying buy up, buy some because it's going to go up a lot. Now, I'm not too sure. I haven't read it, and I'm not sure about that. But it's interesting that you've got this kind of innate sense of buying some foreign currency. Maybe there's something in that. Also, I'm glad you like the water pics. I'm really feeling the water at this time and the magic. It's like another world. So important connecting to the water. Thank you, Linda. Ekias. I work as a designer, love your crypto readings, especially in times of crisis. Your voice is very reassuring. Thank you. Another designer, lovely. I'm glad you enjoy the readings. DDS says, Raven, enjoy your chats. Do whatever spirit leads you to. It will reach the right person. I'm retired defense contractor in the MWUS. Got in crypto 5 years ago, starting seeds indoors now, waiting for warmer weather for the garden. Nice. I love the garden. It feels like there's actually been lots of garden references coming up in readings lately. And I feel as like the Spirit's wanting to use it as a metaphor for, the cycles that we're in energetically, collectively, on so many levels. So I feel like gardening and connecting to the plants, they're such teachers, so beautiful. And thank you for saying, do whatever Spirit leads you to. It's in that trust through that path that I feel I'm going to be able to offer the best that I can. But it's a constant sort of trusting and unraveling that's taking place. So it may sound simple, but it can be challenging. Okay, Elizabeth, thanks for the plug. Oh, you're welcome. I had a dream last night of a white animal with incredible white rippled fur/hair. It blended with the snow. Ooh, I'm starting to like these visuals. It came towards me. I threw some snow at it as it kind of scared me. It advanced forward on the little snow path. Then I realised that it couldn't see and sniffled its way around to the back side of my lower legs. It stopped and was no threat. It stopped there like it wasn't going anywhere. This animal doesn't exist. Long white body, large head, big snout and no eyes. Wow. I've been using my pendulum lately to get crypto prices. They are pretty low prices. I was doubting myself with this latest pump. Then I got the dream. I think the message was to trust my gut and not what my eyes are telling me. Absolutely loved it. And wow, what a visual dream. Like, it's really stuck with me, that visual. And absolutely. And, I feel like because you are expanding your abilities, Elizabeth, it's like this sense of not being able to see, but it feels like a great example of trusting this process. And, I'm not going to put my two bob on what your dream's about by any means, but I feel like it's beautiful and nurturing. I get this warmth and this sense of the wolves, together, but a special wolf that we don't know of here on this planet. So very nice. Thanks for sharing. And yes, trust your gut. Okay, ST, enjoying this casual chat. Hope you're keeping well. Thanks, ST. Damien Logan, you're definitely on the right track. Keep doing things the way you're doing it. It's working brilliantly. Thank you, Damien. Ooh, there's another one from Christy. I love listening to your voice. It's so soothing. Oh, thank you, Christy. I appreciate your chats. My most favourite content from you would have been when you describe how you feel on a topic, okay? I appreciate you saying that because sometimes I try to keep myself out of the picture more. But thank you, Christy. E.g., your work on the injections was fascinating. I love to hear your thoughts on the big topics of the day, like the crashing of the financial system, etc. I'm a sub, not into crypto, but enjoy absolutely everything else. You are a breath of fresh air and I appreciate you. Thank you. Interesting, not into crypto. Okay, that's surprising. So many of you are. And the connecting into the injections was interesting. I agree in the way that I was working. It's like putting myself into a picture of a situation and sort of seeing trajectories of outcomes, which, there's no limits to the way we can read and obtain information. Really, it's just the limits we put on ourselves. So that's what I mean by making it fun, exploring in different ways. Using the senses, like in that case, stepping into a chair and getting a needle and seeing the outcomes is it made me feel a bit creepy, to be honest, because it was like, I'm strapped in, what's going to happen? But yeah, I enjoyed it too. If you've got any other ideas of readings that you'd like to know about, things that you'd like me to connect into and read, or perhaps read in different ways, in interesting ways, please pop it in the comments. I'd love to hear. But thank you, Christy. I'm not sure if I'm going to pronounce this name right. Boofer. Where's Boofer from? What origin? I'd love to know. I get excited hearing from you, whether it's chat or crypto. I look forward to it. Thank you. I just love getting to know you and knowing you're doing okay daily. Oh, that's sweet. Sending you lots of love and light. I appreciate your heart. I feel the heart coming through that message. Thank you. Elizabeth again. Also wanted to mention that if you've never had a reading from Raven and have thought about doing so, you should. Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. I did. If you think her voice and mannerism is something to look forward to, then try it on a level that is meant for you. You will find yourself listening to it over and over. Wow, that's a pretty beautiful review. Thank you. And listening to it over and over. Wow, that's so mind-blowing to me that I can record something from here in Australia and then somebody in another country can be listening to my voice and then listening to it over and over, and it's connecting to their lives. Like, it really is magic, this stuff. I just have to share that with you guys. So I love that comment, Elizabeth. Thank you. It means a lot. Frank Gowalski says, "Oh, that's a sweet recording, Raven. Oh, you're probably the one rare channel from whom I don't mind these solo chats. Others I'll give up, but in your case I don't mind. Maybe it's just your voice." Oh, that's a pretty nice compliment. Thank you. I think it's really cool when spirits ask you to call out people to relay messages and warnings. We are so privileged nowadays to have the means for doing so. Yeah, we certainly are, being all over the world. It's nice to know that you enjoy these individualized, kind of targeted naming things that Spirit wishes to work with. It's interesting to give stuff like that because it's like, well, it goes out into the ether and I have to just surrender and trust that it finds where it's meant to. But often, it's like going into the void. So it's kind of interesting to work like that. But there has been some pretty awesome things that have come back through from it. So thank you, Frank. I'll continue to give that when Spirit feels like it's appropriate and when I feel like it's appropriate also. I got a case of energy burnout depletion from cryptos. Oh, yes, I relate to that. So I dumped everything and just enjoy looking at that space from a distance. Yes, that's advisable, I think. Too much uncertainty for me. USDC was supposed to be the safest stable coin compared to USDT. And then, yes, and then it went down the hill. But now it's up again. Who knows? It's so extreme, this market. I spend my time volunteering at my local SPCA, wow, and preparing tax returns for low-income people. Well, that's certainly a helpful thing, because taxation can be a little bit of a nightmare, so nice work. All right, Scott Lee. Okay, hey Scott. Scott's been hanging out with the channel for quite a while, and I know there's many of you that have, but Scott's very present in the comments, and it's beautiful to connect. So I remember my Lemurian roots. Okay, I cook, I clean and clear distortions from my being. I collect coins. I am retired from legacy, everything. Mahalos for blessing us, Raven. Oh, that's a nice comment. Lemurian roots. So that must be quite an important part of your star lineage. And I know that Lemuria was of this earth, but it took me into the stars as I read that. So that's interesting. I'd love to know how you connect to that in this world. But you're cooking and you're clearing distortions. I get a sense with your cooking is like these luscious meals. They feel kind of quite extravagant or lavish. I'm kind of getting these scents around what you prepare. So I'd like a meal, thanks. You can cook one for me too, Scott. And clearing distortions from my being. What sort of things do you do to clear? Like what's the way that you work? And I know these are kind of personal questions, but if you feel to, Scott, please let me know. I'd love to hear about your work. And you're going to Uluru soon. That'll be a very special experience, I'm sure. Thanks, Scott. And there's one last comment. Since you asked, I'm a retiring network engineer, transitioning into my new calling of being a healer, which I've been working on for the past 15 years. I've had some recent breakthrough in healing cancer and viruses. Wow. Spirit, God, consciousness, higher self, or what have you, has led me to this moment. Wow. And it certainly would feel like it's aligned with the current times, this change for you. But working with it for 15 years and this crossover into working as a healer, well, it's exciting. And healing cancer and viruses, that's pretty amazing healing right there. How do you heal? Is it hands-on healing? I'd love to know more about it. And congratulations for being brave enough to make the change. I know that it wouldn't be necessarily an easy journey. Okay, guys. Well, I have just gone through all of the comments, I think. And it's actually quite a long video. So I wasn't going to do this because I thought, some people just might find it a bit boring, but I also just wanted to connect. And I felt to just reach out, have a little chat. And so here I am. But I am going to wind the video up here. And again, as I mentioned earlier, if you've got any ideas about readings you'd like me to do or you'd like me to connect into, please pop it below, because it will give me ideas of things to do coming up. Thanks for all your good vibes and your comments. This community really does mean a lot to me. So sending you lots of love and blessings, guys. I'll see you soon. Raven Scry signing off.